You could say they were young together. J.K. Houssels, Kell, as he would be known to friends and strangers alike, first moved to Las Vegas with his family in 1930 at the age of 8. Neither the boy nor the city would ever be the same. His father, J.K. Sr., saw opportunity in this dusty desert town and was granted just the second gaming license in state history. With it, he took over a small casino and renamed it the Las Vegas Club.
There were a few little clubs downtown, and one of them was the Smokehouse. And that is the one J. Kell Houssels Sr. took over and eventually turned into the Las Vegas Club. So the beginnings of Las Vegas for the Houssels were a small town, and Kell Houssels will be the first to tell you when he got here, the first thing he wanted to do was leave.
Kell's childhood and the early years of the city were intertwined. Las Vegas was still the Wild West, and it was never dull. Kell attended First Street School and watched his father grow his business and the city grow along with it. Still, Kell itched to see what lay beyond the desert and embarked on a distinguished academic career away from Nevada. First, there was the Army and Navy Academy in San Diego, followed by stints at Stanford University, West Point, and Stanford Law School, where he helped found the Stanford Law Review. Law degree in hand, he returned to Las Vegas, spent some time as the assistant district attorney, and was elected to the state assembly in 1950. But when his father opened the Showboat, Kell found the pull of the family gaming business too strong to pass up and joined as the boat's general counsel. In 1957, J.K. Houssels was named president of the Showboat, and what followed was simply 40 years of gaming innovation.
At the Showboat, he was the driving force behind bowling, which was a major thing for Las Vegas. All those years of the pro bowlers coming to town.
Kell then became president of the Tropicana, turning that resort into the Tiffany of the Strip. He brought the internationally acclaimed Folie Bergère to the Tropicana, beginning a 49-year run that ended only a few months ago.
It was so magnificent. So magnificent. I don't think you could do the show, the luxury for the costumes. I don't think they could do the same show now. It will cost so much money.
The Tropicana's Blue Room was the Las Vegas home to performers such as Benny Goodman, Louis Armstrong, and Marlene Dietrich.
It was probably as good a jazz place as existed in the United States. We played all of the big bands and the great jazz players of that era.
After selling the resort in 1968, Houssels co-founded the Union Plaza in 1971, then went on to become the chairman of the board of Showboat, overseeing that company's expansions nationally and internationally before it was sold to Harrah's in 1998. As busy and demanding as his career was, he held other passions. His love of horses is well known, almost as well as his questionable ability to handicap the races in which they run.
He won a bet in 1938. That was well before I knew him, but he tells me about it, that he did win a bet in 1938.
And you can still find him today, racing form in hand, picking races. But his greatest passion he reserved for his family. 4 children, J.K. Houssels III, James, Kelly Claire, and Eric. Another daughter, Leslie Jean, passed away in 1981. And behind every great man, the saying goes, Kell and Nancy have been married 39 years and still make a tireless team for several Las Vegas charities, serving for 2 years as the campaign chair for United Way. He was president of the Nevada Resort Association multiple years. Along with Nancy, he was a grand founder of Nevada Ballet Theater and is a longtime supporter of UNLV's Law School, Hotel School, Architectural School, and Black Mountain Institute.
I remember through the early years when we were struggling with Nevada Dance Theater to keep it going from year to year. I would have to say we'd have our little meetings in the kitchen of the Houssels home, and Kell always was the voice of reason. He always was the sane person, and he always was our sugar daddy. And at the end of a year, if we came up short and we were worried about how we were going to make it, Kell would generously write out a check. And he's been my sugar daddy ever since.
They're both older now, of course, the city and the man. But Las Vegas and Kell Houssels will always share a history Kell helped create, and for which our city will always be grateful.
We were neighbors for a number of years in Rancho Circle, and I think I must owe him an apology for all the noise that my kids have made over the years, but we were good neighbors. They're a wonderful family.
And I would have to say that the Houssels family is definitely considered to be one of the first families of Nevada. I don't think there is a single worthwhile cause, organization, program, event that was not supported by the Houssels.
The ballet company, the performing arts, and if you have an event going on and you go to Kell Houssels or Nancy Houssels or their sons and daughter, you're probably going to get some help. I just hope I'm not costing them too much money in saying that.
As his father once said, if you're a friend of my son, you're going to be his friend, and he will defend you with everything he has. So he's been defending me with everything he had, and I have been doing the same for him, and we've remained close through all of these years, and we have the horses to go back to when we get lonely.
God bless America, and God bless our family.